Welcome back to the Dragon Den, my loyal Dragonites. King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Krrsantan. And so here we have Black Krrsantan posed and out of the packaging, but before we have a look at the figure, let's run through his accessories. Krrsantan only comes with his giant rifle, which looks impressive. No other accessories to speak of for Krrsantan, so with that out of the way, let's move on to his details. Krrsantan is looking very impressive here in his live-action figure debut. I like how big and broad he looks compared to the other Star Wars figures. Taking a look at his head sculpt, Hasbro has done a really good job sculpting Krrsantan's head. I like the paint work that went into his fur. You can see Hasbro made an attempt to add some gray into it. However, they didn't paint the scar on his head, which is a little bit unfortunate. His eyes and his mouth are really well painted, and I love the dreads coming off his face and off the back of his head. The sculpt work on Krrsantan's fur also continues onto his torso, which is really nice. He is wearing his cross bandolier, which looks really nice. It's done in this gold plastic with some really good detail on it. We have some brown straps that go along all the casters, which looks good, and we also do have some weapon storage on his back. Krrsantan is also wearing these really nice spiked pauldrons. There does appear to be some weathering on his shoulder pads, however it is really hard to make out. The fur on Krrsantan's arms is also nicely sculpted, where Hasbro once again made an effort to paint some gray into his fur. It could be better, but an A for effort. One thing I really do like though are the knuckle dusters. The knuckle dusters are done in this really nice copper color, which contrasts the black of his fur really nicely. Krrsantan is also wearing a gold belt with some copper color in the middle. It has a really nice segmented look, and on his right hip he is wearing a pelt. And on the back of his belt we do have a pouch on the right side. The sculpt work continues on Krrsantan's leg, where Hasbro again painted some gray on his fur. I think it looks best here on his legs, however they could have painted some more gray all throughout the back of his fur. The fur sculpt goes all the way down to his feet, where we do have his toes exposed. His toes do appear to be brown plastic, which look really nice, and you can see his nails. So overall, the sculpt and detail here on Krrsantan is really amazing. I like what Hasbro did here. Though the paint could be a little bit better, it's still better than what Hasbro normally puts out. With his detail out of the way, let's get him compared to our usual suspects. Here we have Krrsantan posed next to the Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. The Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have Krrsantan posed next to a Black Series Chewbacca. Unfortunately, Krrsantan is shorter than Chewbacca, however this is pretty accurate to what we saw in the series. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at his articulation. Krrsantan has a double ball joint in his head, butterfly joints in his shoulders, arms go out to the side and would do a full 360. Swivel hinge at his elbows, hinge and swivel at his wrists, ball joint in the upper torso, legs kick forward, go back, out to the side, and rotate on the ball joint. Swivel hinge at his knee, rotation at his ankle, hinge in the ankle, and forward facing pin. Despite being a larger figure, Krrsantan does have some pretty impressive articulation. So with everything said and done, let's get Krrsantan posed for my final thoughts. The Star Wars Black Series Krrsantan is a really nice figure, and it is really good to see Hasbro diving into the world of the Book of Boba Fett. The detailing on Krrsantan is really nice, and I especially love the paint job they went into him. However, Hasbro will Hasbro whenever they can, and they didn't put any paint on the back of the figure. Add to it, the only accessory we get is his blaster rifle, which is a nice accessory, but I would have loved to see interchangeable hands. The fact that he has his duster knuckles with no fist is a crime, and Hasbro should have at least given us extra hands. I know a lot of people will criticize the size of Krrsantan as he's not taller than Chewbacca, however if you compare him to actual stills from the series, he's pretty much the size he's supposed to be. I do like the fact that Hasbro did make him broader than Chewbacca, which is something I'm really happy about. And the fact that he gets his own dedicated sculpt and isn't a repaint of Chewbacca is something I really do appreciate. If you're a fan of Black Krrsantan or just need a Krrsantan in your collection, this is the one figure I really do recommend you pick up. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other Star Wars videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.